We are this week launching a 2021 UPeace Diploma Scholarship Contest as well. So the purpose of this conversation today is twofold, with the main point being that we are going to be talking with Elena and learning about her. But as a background thing for anybody who's watching, we want to make sure that you also understand that we're launching a new scholarship opportunity that you can get involved with as well. So with that, I will dive right in. Again, for anyone just joining us, thanks so much for being here today. My name is Julia Delafield. I'm the director of the Center for Executive Education at the University for Peace, which was established by the General Assembly of the United Nations and is located here in sunny Costa Rica, where I'm speaking to you today. And today I'm really excited to be talking with Elena Serbanescu. Elena is a recent graduate of the Global Leadership Diploma with the Center for Executive Education at the University for Peace. And she also was a winner of the 2020 UPeace Diploma Scholarship Contest last April. She was one of 2 people chosen to get a full ride for her diploma. And she really just barreled through the program last year and was an awesome part of our programs. So we're excited to learn about her journey today as a social entrepreneur and a leader. And of course, later on, I will continue to share information, as I said, about the 2021 UPeace Diploma Scholarship Contest, which we were just launching. So hello, Elena, how are you today?
Hey, thank you for this invitation. It was a real surprise when I got the email from you. It's very, very nice to hear from you, Peace, again. I'm fine. Actually, it's sunny in Belgium as well. It's not that often that we get sunshine like you in Costa Rica. So I guess everything's fine and ready to talk about this lovely journey that I had with you guys at UPeace.
Sounds fantastic. Well, just to get us started, why don't you, I would love it if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Yes. So I come from Romania. I grew up in Bucharest, the capital city. And all my summer holidays while I was a child, I spent them somewhere in a village in Transylvania. And you know, Transylvania, Dracula, I guess everybody knows about Dracula. So it's exactly that region. And yes, it's famous. But what people usually don't know about this region is that this is one of the last unspoiled biodiverse landscapes in Europe. So why am I saying that? We will talk more about that later when we will be talking about the idea. So basically what I did, it was I studied political science. And as a student, I was really, really interested in what moves societies and communities. I started doing volunteering a lot in several NGOs. I also was Romania's youth delegate to the United Nations. And all of those things were seeds that helped me plant my NGO, my own NGO, 3 years ago. And what I was talking about about Transylvania, well, that's the main region we are active in. Basically, what we are doing with this NGO is we are helping kids, children and youth from villages in Transylvania, my own village where I spend my childhood summers, get opportunities in terms of education, and we are really passionate about SDG 4, quality education. So yeah, this is my journey until now.
Sounds like a pretty important SDG to be tackling, though of course they all are.
Yes.
So you've been excited about social change since you were young.
Yes.
Do you feel like there was any specific thing that got you excited in that area? Can you think of something that happened in your childhood or that you learned about that kind of got you thinking in that direction?
Well, I think that while I was a student and I was becoming aware of the challenges our societies face in general, I realized that there is a huge potential of change in children and youth. So this is why I got engaged more and more until I got to this point where I started to invest myself in other youths, like I got invested in when I was their age, because I had a lot of opportunities at my school, in my university degree. I went with an Erasmus scholarship because in the we have this in the EU. So I had this opportunity. I visited a lot of places. I entered in contact with a lot of people, and this is how I got to be involved in social change. I really felt that I can bring something, my part of the work to have a better society. I don't know, better seems ideal, but just to bring my part of it. Yeah.
Do your piece. That makes a lot of sense. For
Yeah.
doesn't know who's around today, Erasmus offers international opportunities to students. Can you tell us where you visited or what you did for any sort of with the eye towards anybody who's not familiar with the program?
Yes, so basically it includes international students as well, not only students from the European Union. It started as an exchange for students in the European Union, but now I know that there are agreements with universities from all over the world. And you can, well, my case was that I studied in France because I did my bachelor in French, political science in French back home. And I had the opportunity to travel to France to study there one semester. So basically the university recognizes that semester as if you were in your own university. Now, Erasmus nowadays also offers internships. It's not only about academic studies, but also about internships. So opportunities grew more and more since my time of following this program. So I really encourage whoever listens to search a little bit more about Erasmus programs because they are really cool.
Well, and thank you. I wanted you to mention it in part because I think the community that interacts with the University for Peace and the Center for Executive Education tends to be really global minded and interested in opportunities that allow for exchange and allow for growth and allow for languages and international cross pollination, if you will. So thank you. For anyone who's just joining us, I'm talking to you today from the University for Peace, and we're having a conversation with Elena, who just finished up our global leadership diploma and was a scholarship winner in the 2020 UPeace Diploma Scholarship Contest. So we're learning about her journey as a global leader today, and also we'll be talking soon about the opportunity for the scholarship contest this year in 2021. Elena, you mentioned, to follow the international piece just a little bit more, you mentioned you're talking to us from Belgium today. What are you doing there?
Yes, actually, I'm a diplomat. So I work in diplomacy, and all I'm doing for my NGO back home in Romania is based on volunteering, is 100% volunteering. And it kind of connects with my job. I mean, a diplomat's job is to serve their country and the people of their country. And I really felt that my mission as an NGO person really connects to that, because as I am investing in youth in rural areas, I think this is an investment for future on long term. So it really connected my profession with my passion. Yeah.
Nice. So you've been able to work for change on a couple different areas of your life.
Yeah. And everything was done online. Talking about pandemic, I started this way before the crisis struck. I started this in 2018. So I worked on this project entirely online. So now that people were struggling to get online, for me it was, oh, well, I'm just doing my business as usual. Yeah.
That's nice. Makes the transition easier.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we first met you last year, in April, I remember very well, we got in all the applications for the scholarship contest and started going through them. And yours really stood out from the beginning as just being really well thought out, having a lot of passion behind it, but also having a game plan and showing that you had thought through some of the how in terms of what you were hoping to do. At that point, what you were looking at was a project called Transylvan. Can you tell us about what the project was at that point?
Yes, so Transylvan is a van from Transylvania. It's pretty intuitive. What kind of van? A food truck. So everybody is familiar, I guess, with the concept of food trucks. They are basically restaurants on wheels. And why a restaurant on wheels? Well, because, sorry, I think my battery is low. Now it's okay. Okay, why? Well, because Transylvania, as I told you, is a region full of potential in terms of tourism and agriculture. And I really sensed that these villages would profit a lot if we could share this potential with locals and tourists. So I thought this project as a project for the community, selling produce from local farmers, cooking healthy meals to youth in the villages who are not very educated in terms of healthy food styles and nutrition, unfortunately. They eat a lot of chocolate and potato chips during the lunch breaks.
Okay. It was everywhere, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah. And the local farmers, as I told you, the landscape, the biodiversity is enormous back there in the region. And the farmers are working hard, but the market isn't that well developed yet. So we wanted to create a market opportunity for them as well to become their customer. And as well, we thought about what tourists are doing when they are visiting our communities. There aren't a lot of stuff to do in the villages. In the cities, yes, you can visit Dracula's house, castle, or whatever. But in the villages, which are pretty, if this is, I mean, it's not pretty, it's beautiful, but I'm not very objective, so don't mind me. Tourists don't get many opportunities to spend their time to experience authenticity as we know it as locals. So it all summed up to this idea that a food truck will help us bring these points together. And of course, everything that we do will be reinvested, because we are an NGO, will be reinvested in educational programs for the same kids that are eating the healthy food at our food truck. So this was the idea last year. Last year, when I wrote that letter to you, I was quite upset. And I think you felt that in the letter, because I had an opportunity from a sponsor to fund a minimum viable product of the food truck, meaning a kitchen bike, so something smaller than a food truck. But the crisis hit. The sponsorship didn't happen, and this is what I wrote to you last year. I was on the verge of making the project happening, but the crisis stopped me. And I said to myself, I need to apply right now, because I'm sure that I will connect to a community that can give me some insight and help me rethink the project so that I can move a little bit forward with it and not let it aside because of a crisis.
Which is so easy to do with so much going on in our lives. It's one of the hardest things we hear from people trying to make change is that, you know, it takes a lot of dedication to really keep pushing, even when maybe you have another job, you have other obligations going on. And great if you saw the diploma program as a way to guide you through that. So tell me, fast forward a year, what's going on with your project now? Give us the update.
So the update is that when I wrote you, I was really scared that I won't find funding anymore, of course. So the update is that I found funding. This is the biggest update. We signed the contract for the actual food truck last month. I mean, not last month, last week or 2 weeks ago. And thank you. And we are preparing it legally wise. I mean, getting all the authorizations for food safety, hygiene, and stuff like that. A lot of paperwork to do, but as I'm a diplomat, I'm used to this kind of stuff, bureaucratic stuff. So this is the stage right now, and we are planning to be opening this summer. This summer. Hopefully people will get vaccinated more and more and will not be afraid to start visiting beautiful places as Pennsylvania. And we will have the clients and the community around us to, you know, really start the project.
Sounds wonderful. Do you work with a team back in Transylvania, or how do you make this happen when you're far away?
Well, the team is me, my husband, and my brother. And my brother is a local teacher in the school. And so he's in the field coordinating things in real time. And we here in Belgium are coordinating everything that includes strategy, planning, talking to people, because nowadays we can talk to people online, so there's no problem to that. So yeah, we kind of share the tasks depending on what kind of task we have to do in a certain moment of the project. And our sponsor is our partner as well. We partnered with another NGO here in Romania, and they are also very helpful. They visited the food truck for us because we weren't there. So
Great.
They visited and said, it's okay, we can go along with the offer. That's an example. We have a really good partnership with them, and this is one of the things I learned at UPeace, that it's really important to make strong partnerships and to have full trust, confidence in the people you are partnering with.
I was actually thinking about that as you said it. Oh, look, she's putting into practice things that we talk about in the diploma program, but allowing yourself to do more by having people who are not official team members, but are just aligned with what you're doing is such a great way to improve your scope and let you tackle more things. So that's exciting to hear.
Yes. Yes.
For anyone who's just joining us, I'll just say that we're talking today to Elena Serbanescu, who is Romanian, joining us from Belgium, and is a recent graduate of our Global Leadership Program Diploma. And she was actually a scholarship winner in the 2020 UPeace Diploma Scholarship Contest. So we're excited to be learning about her journey and also announcing our 2021 Diploma Contest, the link for which should be in the Facebook comments down below if anybody wants to go look at it. And it's also in the event information on our Facebook page for this as well. So Elena, you just finished up your diploma in December, right? So you went through it fairly quickly. Tell me how the experience of going through the Global Leadership Diploma with the University for Peace was for you.
So this wasn't my first online class. but I can really, so this is why I can really appreciate the quality. And when I say quality, I refer first and foremost to the trainers and to my classmates, because I really am the type of change maker that really thinks about people. So for me, it was really important that I had the people to connect with. And the trainers were excellent. They offered even one-on-one counseling after the webinars and the task we had to do within the program. The classmates as well. I had discussions with my colleagues, and they were like, "Come on, do a crowdfunding or something. We will support you." And yeah, because I was struggling about the idea of raising the money, and this was my, I don't know, the place where the program really reached performance in my eyes. And of course information was as important, but it really helped that it was very practical. I mean, we had a lot of cases to study. It wasn't pure theory. It wasn't like a boring university degree or something. So I really appreciated that we concentrated on practice examples. Yeah, it was really important for me. And because I'm really thorough in my research, this is one of the key advantages of this program. Everything that is presented to you as a trainee is very thoroughly researched. And I really appreciated that. I appreciated the quality of the sources we were giving to study. I appreciated the professionalism of our trainers. It was quite complete experience from this point of view.
That's so great to hear. Tell me, what did you learn that you were able to implement to help you, like specifically to help you move your project forward?
So I will refer once more to the money because everybody has a problem with raising funds, I guess. I don't know. It's my case, at least my case.
I think for many people.
Yeah. So when I saw the list of the classes, I saw social finance and I said, this is the #1 class I have to take. And what Shelly, the trainer, taught us, and it stuck in my mind, is if you ask for money, you get advice. But if you ask for advice, you get money. So this is one very important piece of information I got. And another one, very practical, I really enjoyed the class on measuring impact because it was very, very applied. I mean, you get to understand what an output is, what an outcome is, how do you measure things, how do you choose right questions for your questionnaire in order to not, overcomplicate or simplify your research when you're researching a need, or you're researching, I don't know, you're interviewing people and stuff like that. So it really helped me. It was really, really thoroughly done. That class, that measuring impact classes were extremely helpful for me in terms of practice.
Great to hear. For anybody less familiar with the Global Leadership Diploma, the classes range from sort of personal development classes that are about figuring out your strengths and how to put them forward, all the way down the line to these more technical classes. And part of that is because we do have people joining us with different goals and different starting points in terms of where they are, and we want to make it work for anyone. So Elena, did you have a sort of, sorry, I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. You said you met a lot of people and a lot of trainers. Is there any experience or way that you were able to speak to somebody that you remember that stood out to you as like just a great way of meeting somebody from a different place and helping you?
Yes, actually, I met during several classes because we kind of intersect with, say, the same people during the diploma. And I met another girl. She had a partial scholarship,
Uh-huh.
and she was also working in an international organization. So it was really her activity, like her real job, was really close to mine. And she was also living in another country. She was also from Europe. And we had a long chat one Sunday. We had to do an exercise together. And that exercise transformed into a long, very long discussion that helped me a lot. Katarina, if you're seeing this, hi. Her energy impacted me a lot. So yeah, I remember that. I remember that discussion and the connection we had during that discussion.
That's so great to hear. I know that one of our real goals with the program is to try to make spaces for those connections, because as you said, there are a lot of challenges to making change, and part of what you need is a support network to push you forward and have to lean on when you're doubting yourself or when you need help or you just need words of advice. So that's great to hear. So I want to take this opportunity right now to just make sure that everybody's around who's watching this knows that we do have a scholarship opportunity open for this year, 2021. We have two kinds of diplomas. Elena did the Global Leadership Diploma. We also do have a diploma in social innovation. There's a lot of similarity and overlap between the two. But what's different is the required course, and where it sort of breaks down. A lot of the time we have people who are really interested in starting their own social business or organization going through the social innovation diploma, and a lot of people who are looking to promote change within an already set environment or institution going through the global leadership diploma. But at the same time, there's lots of overlap. So what we're doing this year is, at the very least, we're going to offer one full and 150% scholarship to each one of those two diplomas. So at the very least, we're offering two full and 250% diplomas. What happened last year, and I'm expecting it's going to happen again this year, is that we got in so many amazing applicants that we just didn't want to stop there, and we wound up offering a lot more partial scholarships than that, because there were so many people where we said, oh my gosh, we have to find a way to get this person into the program and help them be able to access this. So if it sounds exciting and interesting to you, I would suggest that you check it out. The link is both in the Facebook event on the UP Center for Executive Education page, and it should be in the comment box of this conversation we're having now. And so Elena, as we close up, I wanted to ask, as there's a new amazing cohort of change makers who are hopefully going to come through this year, do you have any advice for people who are thinking about applying?
Actually, I think the best advice would be to be authentic when writing your letter, because I am sure that the jury will feel you and tune with your passion and with your project. And so be authentic and do some research beforehand, because there are a lot of good ideas in the world, but they really have to be supported by research beforehand. So be authentic, do your homework, and don't have any fear. I am sure that the jury will feel your passion and dedication through the entire process of selection. And wishing you good luck, of course.
I love that. And thank you. As part of the jury, just so everybody out there knows, it's our team. We read every single application really carefully. We get back to every single person in a personalized way. So don't feel like you're throwing this out into the wind and you're never going to hear back. No, this is like a real team of people sitting down and thinking about how to help make more positive change in this world by trying to empower people who want to make the change. So there are basically no requirements around application. We're happy to have people from any age. I guess adult learners are our best case scenario. So if you want to say 18 and up, but no need for an educational background beyond that. There's no upper age limit. We sometimes get asked, can I apply if I'm 65? Of course you can. We always have people in the program at that age, and we firmly believe in learning from everybody around you, and that's a wonderful model for education. We hope to have applicants from literally everywhere around the world. That's another one of our goals. So if you want to join, check the link. The application's really simple. There are a couple little data pieces you put in, and then you just have to do an essay of 300 words or more that talks through the change you'd like to see in the world, why you think you may be somebody able to help make that change happen, and why you think the diploma is going to help you do that. So we encourage you all to look at that and apply. Elena, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to us today, and hopefully to inspire another generation of change makers moving forward. Any
Thank you.
you'd like to share?
Well, I'm just grateful that I'm really part of this team, extended team, international one. And I really wish you best of luck. You, the team, all the people that are willing to take this chance and to apply. And I'm sure that next year I will be sitting and watching a very interesting interview with one of the people who will get the scholarship this year. And I'm really curious about what kind of projects you will have as proposals this year. So wishing everybody best of luck. And if you want to stay in contact, I think we can. I can give you the details, maybe, Julia, and you can write them. And if anybody has some questions, if anybody has some, I don't know, maybe there are some additional questions, feel free to contact me without any doubt. I will be there and try to help you and answer all questions.
Thank you so much for that offer, Elena. If anybody wants to take her up on that, feel free to message us at the UP Center for Executive Education, and we'll send you her email address so that you can be in touch. That's a really generous offer, Elena. And I too am really excited to see what comes in. And Elena, thank you so much for your time. Good luck moving forward. So exciting that you're going to launch the truck. And we're just really happy to have been able to have you as part of our program.
Thank you, and looking forward to seeing you in Pennsylvania.
Yay! Or Costa Rica. Sounds great. We'll be in touch. All the best.
Bye.